In March of the year 22, Jesus took leave of Zebedee in Capernaum. He asked for a small amount of money so that he could travel to Jerusalem. As long as he worked at Zebedee's, he had only taken small amounts of money, which he then sent each month to his family in Nazareth. When Jesus said goodbye to Zebedee's family, he agreed that he would stay in Jerusalem until the Passover. Zebedee's family intended to celebrate the Passover in Jerusalem that year, and they agreed with Jesus to celebrate the Passover meal together there. They were all grieved when Jesus left them. Before Jesus left Capernaum, he had a long conversation with John Zebedee. He told John that he planned to go on great journeys until my hour shall come. He asked John to act for him and send some money to his family in Nazareth every month until the money he was owed ran out. And John made him this promise, "Master, do as you intend, do your work in the world, and I will watch over your family as I would watch over my own mother. I will spend the money we earn together, which is now managed by my father, as you have said. Go in peace. I will replace you in all these matters." Therefore, when Jesus left for Jerusalem, John consulted his father Zebedee concerning the money that Jesus was owed, and he was surprised that it was such a large sum. They decided it would be best to invest this money in real estate and use the income from it to assist the family at Nazareth. They bought a small house in Capernaum. Thus Jesus became the owner of a house, but he was unaware of this. On his travels, Jesus earned even more money, which he later entrusted to John. Jesus arrived in Jerusalem and spent most of his time for nearly 2 months listening to the discussions in the temple. He spent most Sabbath days with his friends in Bethany. Jesus had brought with him to Jerusalem a letter from Salome, the wife of Zebedee, introducing him to the former high priest Annas as one who is to me as my own son. Annas spent much time with Jesus, and he personally accompanied him through various Jewish academies. Although Jesus carefully observed these schools, he never asked a single question in public. Annas recognized in Jesus a great personality, but he was unsure how to advise Jesus. He recognized that it would be foolish to subject Jesus to the study program of a rabbinical school, but on the other hand, he knew very well that Jesus would never be granted the rank of official teacher if he did not graduate from one of these schools. Soon the time of the Paschal feast arrived, and among all the pilgrims streaming in, Zebedee and his whole family also arrived in Jerusalem. They all stayed in the palace of Annas, where they celebrated Passover as one happy family. Sometime during this Easter week, Jesus struck up a conversation with an Indian. This man was on his way to Rome as a merchant, and he had traveled to Jerusalem out of interest in the Jewish Passover. He was traveling with his 17-year-old son, and many servants. They had a long conversation, and at the end, the Indian informed Jesus that he was still looking for an interpreter and a house teacher for his son. He offered Jesus this adventurous job. Jesus told him about his family circumstances and said that it would not be fair to go away for almost 2 years, considering that his family might be in need of money during that time. At this, the traveler suggested to Jesus that he pay him 1 year's wages in advance so that he could send this sum of money to his family, thus saving them from want. Then Jesus agreed to make the journey with them. Jesus transferred this large sum of money to John, the son of Zebedee. Afterward, Jesus confided in old Zebedee in private concerning this journey around the Mediterranean, but he pressed him to speak of it to no one, not even to his own flesh and blood. And Zebedee never revealed that he knew where Jesus was during this long period of almost 2 years. His family heard nothing from him for almost 2 years, and they feared he had died. Only the reassuring words of Zebedee, who on several occasions came with his son John to Nazareth, kept hope alive.